What's up, everyone? You're listening to The Driving on TBS efm, and I'm your host, Brian Jew. As you all know, yesterday was Valentine's Day, so with the time expectancy, I'm assuming around November 14th, we're going to have a lot of baby boomers. Yes, you know, because you had a romantic evening. I don't want to go into detail because we have the underage listeners anyway. And gentlemen, you have 1 month to plan now, because in February in Korea, the ladies get the guys chocolates and candies. But in March, we have a day here in Korea called White Day, which the guys actually have to pamper their girlfriends. Yes, so since she got you chocolates, you got to do one step above and do like the roses, the bouquets, maybe a couple bracelet with their initials engraved. Matters on how long you guys have been together, you know. If you've only been together for like 2 months, don't go all out and get her like a diamond ring, unless you're like Bill Gates' kid. Shoot, if I was Bill Gates' kid, I'd buy my girlfriend a house. But I ain't on that level yet. No, I'm not. I'm here at TBS efm. That's what I'm doing right now. Alright? So, learn how to sweep your woman off her feet by March, and I'm pretty sure things are going to go great for you guys. So if you haven't planned to have a baby November 14th, you'll have a baby in December 14th. Anyways, today is not Valentine's Day, but I hope you guys did have a wonderful Valentine's Day. And today we're going to start off with a song from the musical Mamma Mia. That wonderful musical with all the ABBA music. Great music. Here's Honey Honey. And this song was requested by Jimin. So I hope you guys like this song, Jimin, and all the listeners out there in the TBS efm driving world. Check it out. Welcome back to The Driving on TBS efm 101.3 in Seoul and surrounding areas. I'm your host, Brian Jew, the go-to guy for the hour. Don't change the stations to keep the dial here with me. Be the place to be. And you can call the studio if you want to talk to me. I'm just joking. You can't actually talk to me because I'm on air. But you can contact us, send us shout-outs and requests simply by calling the studio at 02-778-1013, or send us a text at #1013 for a charge of 51 to your smartphones, or simply email us at efmdrivin@gmail.com, or do the thing all the youngsters are doing these days, Twitter at efmdrivin. Make sure the requests are from a movie or TV show, because we can't play any pop track or K-pop track out there that you want to hear. Now, with that said, y'all know what time it is. It's time for Scene of the Day. Well, all this week, because we had Valentine's Day yesterday, we did romantic comedies. And we're still going to continue with that theme today. Just because B-Day's over doesn't mean we're going to start playing, like, killer movies or anything. But today's film is less romantic and more comedy, I believe. And, you know, since there's more, actually, the other way around, there's more comedy than romance. Yes. Yeah, I'm confuzzled right now, because too much V-Day stuff going on yesterday. But this movie still has a lot of romance. And I'm talking about the movie that came out in 2000, and it's a film, funny film, Meet the Parents. And the Meet the Parents stars Ben Stiller and Mr. Scary Actor Man, I call him Scary Actor Man, Robert De Niro. And De Niro plays Jack Burns, an ex-CIA agent who's paranoid all the time, and he's hard to please. And then Ben Stiller plays Gaylord Fokker, and I said Fokker with an O. Okay, you guys are probably thinking I'm cursing. No, it's F-O-C-K-E-R. That's his character's name. And, you know, since his name is something, obviously, if he grew up, a lot of kids are going to make fun of, he went by the name Greg. And now, in this scene, Greg is dating Jack's daughter, of course. And they want to get married, and you know, when a guy wants to get married, he got to do the one step ahead and meet the parents, and you know, show him or the parents why he's perfect for their daughter. So in this scene, this is when Ben Stiller's character actually goes to meet the girlfriend's parents, and it's a very awkward situation. So let's see what happens when they're sitting around the dinner table and this terrible situation happens. Let's take a listen. Oh no, he didn't. I don't know if you guys get everything from the scene that we just heard, but what happens is the cork from the champagne bottle popped and it hit the urn that was holding their grandmother's ashes, and then it fell all over the floor off the shelf. And after the cat went over, saw all this stuff on the floor, which the cat thought was kitty litter, the cat peed into the ashes. What a terrible first impression, Greg. You messed it up big time. I don't know if I had a daughter and you did that to our house, because, you know, I'd probably have to kill you. Especially if I'm an ex-CIA dude, I would cut you up. You know, just like how Bon Kui Kui says it on YouTube, I will cut you. Anyways, I'm getting ghetto on the radio. I'm pretty sure he didn't mean it, but since this is a comedy film That's why they had to write this into the script. It's a funny scene if you actually watch it, but it happened in real life. It would be probably the worst thing that ever happened to yourself and to the family you're visiting, all you dudes. Or if you're the girlfriend, it's going to be a very awkward situation at the dinner table for that to happen. Anyways, we want to change things up and play a song from this movie. It's a song about love, A Fool in Love. And this is Randy Newman singing A Fool in Love. Yes, what a wonderful song. I'm in love. Anyways, I want to let you guys know what's coming up on today's show. It's Friday, and there's no Jeopardy today, unfortunately, because I think now Olivia's scared to challenge anybody because she lost last week. Yes, hopefully, we'll have another part 3. And this time, Jason won't be scared to show up because Jason couldn't do it, so that's why we had the rematch last week versus Mike and Olivia. But instead of Jeopardy, today is Friday, so we're going to have Eugene here after intermission to go over the top 5 movies and the now playing movie right after intermission. So stick around for that, because I'm always curious what's the top spot in film in Korea at the moment. But right now we have a song request from 6732, and it's from the 2000 film Coyote Ugly. And no, this is not a documentary nature film about ugly coyotes in the wild. It's about the Coyote Ugly Saloon in New York City. And the farm, and the film, talking about animals made me say farm. The film stars Pipo Parabo. I hope I said your name right, Mr. Piper, or Miss Piper. I don't know. I forget this movie. Adam Garcia, Maria Bello, Melanie Linsky, Tyra Banks, and John Goodman. Yes. I saw this movie. I remember Tyra Banks in it. Anyways, there actually is a Coyote Ugly Saloon in New York City. So if you want to go there and check it out, you can see all the ladies dancing and, to get a beer or a glass of wine, go for it if you're in the area. It's on 1st Avenue between 9th and 10th Street. Yeah, I go there every time I'm in New York. Just joking. It's written here on the paper, the directions. But if you guys want to go and check it out, go for it. Now, here's a song from the movie. This is I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor. Check it out. Once again, that was I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor from the Coyote Ugly original soundtrack. And right now, with this pumped up attitude, we have another song request from Park Ae-hyun, who requested from a movie that came out in 2004, a romantic comedy, or romantic drama actually, called Closer. And this film has Julia Roberts, Clive Owen, Jude Law, and Natalie Portman. Natalie Portman's in a lot of films. Yesterday we talked about Natalie Portman in No Strings Attached with Olivia, and today we're talking about her again because she's that talented. She's in a billion movies. I wouldn't really count a billion, but everyone wants to cast her. Anyways, the 4 of them are in several strange situations that cause lots of drama. Drama for your mama, if you know what I'm talking about, including love triangles. Yes, love triangles, they totally stink, so don't try to get into them. So here's a song, The Blower's Daughter, by Damian Rice from the Closer soundtrack. Welcome back to The Drive, and now it's time for the top 5 movies in Korea, and also now playing Fridays with Eugene. Am I not right?
Yeah,
it didn't rhyme, but it did it.
It's okay. It doesn't have to rhyme.
Yes. I don't know. This week it's about love, and for me, it's not always rhyming that has to express love.
Brian, I love you. All right. Anyway, no, I just wanted to tell you that. I enjoy working with you.
I don't know how to react to that, but
hey,
to cry.
It's not as bad as the smoocher meter, right?
The smoocher meter is okay, and not too bad. But I found a new meter system that I'm kind of annoyed by.
Oh, what's that?
Olivia's meter last night or yesterday. Did you see how she wrote it in the script? I was actually looking at the script.
Oh, I didn't see that.
She spelled boing, boing, boing.
Oh,
you know how it's pronounced boing, boing, but she spelled it B-B-O-I-N. That's boing.
That's like b-boying, like breakdancing.
Yeah, ba-boing, ba-boing.
That's really great. So should we get into the top 5 today?
Let's do it.
All right, so let's start out with the top 5. Number 5. Number 5 is the Snow Queen, which is also called Frozen in the U.S. This says 1.9% of the audience, and this actually pushed that Pororo movie to number 6.
Oh, Pororo came out in the States too?
No, I mean in Korea.
I was like,
Pororo was remember, last week it was number 3.
Okay.
But this is the movie that pushed Pororo to number 6.
Sorry, all you Pororo lovers out there.
Alright, so the Snow Queen, as we said before, this is actually a kind of Russian fairy tale, I guess, and it's an animated version by Disney, and it's about a girl named Anna she's cursed by her estranged sister. And then there's this cold-hearted Snow Queen named Elsa.
She's a cold-hearted snake.
Of course. Snow Queens can never be like nice people, I guess, right? Because that's why they're so icy.
Cold, yeah.
Exactly. And so she goes through this journey across the icy and unforgiving landscape, joined by a rugged thrill-seeking outdoorsman named Kristoff. I guess she's trying to rescue her mother or something. So, I mean, animated films, we've talked about it a lot. These are really popular with the kids. Probably this is going to go up in the standings by next week, I'm sure. I mean, because it's only at 1.9% right now.
Okay.
And it's a new edition, so we should see it climb in the standings a bit.
I want to see this movie.
You do?
I want to see this, and I want to see Pororo.
Pororo? Yeah. I mean, both of them animated films about ice, right?
Exactly. We got one about the Snow Queen trying to get, is it revenge or something?
I am not entirely sure because this is a
journey. I mean, there's a thrilling journey, and then we got Pororo when they're sledding
and they're racing each other.
Exactly.
Right? If they make that Pororo movie in English, I wonder if they're gonna call
First of all, in English, they would not pronounce it Pororo.
Yes.
They'd pronounce it
Pororo, the little penguin, right?
Exactly.
I wonder if they would call up our good friend Christina, who was on the show before, to reprise her character.
That'd be cool if she could do that.
Yeah, but I mean, she's in Hawaii right now, but I'm sure they could fly her over here just to do Eddie's voice. They have to, right?
Or what they do nowadays is just send them all the files to a studio in her hometown, and she could go to a studio in Hawaii and do it.
Yeah, she could probably do that. I know she's good. I hope she's doing really well. I kind of miss her, actually.
Christina, if you're listening, we miss ya.
Yeah, you better be listening. Nah, I'm just kidding.
And you didn't send us any chocolates yesterday.
Oh,
Booyah.
That's right. Okay, let's go on to number 4. Okay, number 4. This is called 남쪽으로 두야, or Southbound, actually. And this is actually a Korean remake of a Japanese film called Southbound, right? And this is based on a novel by Okuda Hideo, right? And this
it's called Southboundo? What is that?
Well,
oh, that's Japanese pronunciation.
In Japanese, Southbound, pronounced in Japanese, would be Southbound, right?
Okay. Look at you, Eugene. I know how to speak Japanese, Korean, English, Russian, everything.
I don't speak Russian.
잘난 척 하기는.
But see, I don't speak ghetto as well as you do, so...
It's not called ghetto, it's called urban. Get the word right. Urban. From the Urban Dictionary.
Urban ghettos. Almost the same thing. All right. What this movie is about... I forgot. This has 8.3% of the audience.
Okay.
This one is, it's about you get a large annual chunk of your salary that goes to taxes, and then you kind of avoid the taxes, so you want to run away from the government. So it says you should run to the south. So this guy runs to...
Or you can fly to the sky. Get it? Fly to the sky, run to the south.
Well, I guess, no one can catch you when you're in the sky. But, when he's running to the south, I guess this guy who is trying to avoid the pension tax and everything, he finds like a deserted island and he wants to live the rest of his life there away from the government so that he can keep all his money. But, if you're not around anyone else, I don't see why you'd want to keep your money at all. Right?
Exactly. You can spend it or share it.
Exactly. So it's apparently a really good film, especially because they actually did make a Japanese version of this film like almost 1 year ago, I guess. Right? So I don't know why they didn't just translate it. I mean,
but there's a lot of movies like that. Hollywood does the same thing.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, I would recommend that you go to see this if you like, Japanese stories, and if you like, to see how the cultural difference between the Korean movie and the Japanese movie are. Like, watch them both and see what the differences are. It might be interesting. All right, let's go on to number 3.
3 Blind Mice.
Aw, I like that one. It reminds me of the Three Stooges also. This is A Good Day to Die Hard. And this
Now, before you go into this, I was going to plan on watching this, and all my friends said this movie was horrible.
It's horrible. Wow.
So I'm not watching it. I don't want to waste my 7,000원 and 8,000원 to, watch this movie.
Well, I mean, I saw the last one and I didn't think it was great, but...
But what about this one, though? You didn't see it either,
No,
right?
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
I haven't seen it. But, Bruce Willis is getting up there in age.
He still looks good for an old man, though.
Absolutely.
He don't look what he is right now. What is he, like 70,000 years old?
No, I think he's in his 50s or so.
Okay.
Right? But, I did see him in Looper recently, and he was pretty good in that. So, I mean, it can't be that bad. If you like the Die Hard franchise.
It's not about the Die Hard storyline. It's the fact that they use his son, I think. That's kind of
Yeah,
corny.
that's true. I mean, I guess they're trying to go with the Looper thing again because he was with Joseph Gordon-Levitt before, right? So, in this one, they have to give him a younger kind of co-host. And they do that in lots of different movies, like the most recent Indiana Jones movie.
There's a new one?
Well, it's not that new. It was like 2-3 years ago.
What? Indiana Jones came out 2-3 years ago.
Like Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and it has Shia LaBeouf as his son.
I did see it.
Oh, you did see it? Okay. All right, but I mean, it seems like that's what they're doing. They're going to take the old action stars and pair them up with, somebody
I actually like that movie.
younger. Yeah, it was a good movie.
It's kind of weird with the whole alien connection, but no, not too bad. Oh, I just ruined it for people. My bad.
Oh, no. Actually, that's not a bad movie. It's not the best, but, I think it's not that bad, actually.
But
But
this
anyway,
movie,
go back to Good Day to Die Hard. This is up 26 spots from last week, and it has 14.3% of the audience.
Shoot, could you
And
imagine you
this
had 26 spots on your face? That would be weird. Anyways, sorry for cutting you
26
off.
spots on my
Like
face.
bowls, you know.
Oh, right. You could play Connect the Dots,
I'm having some
right?
weird connection today. Anyways.
All right. But, yeah, this movie, of course, Bruce Willis goes to Russia to rescue his estranged son, who is some kind of government agent. So, I mean, like you said, you didn't think it was that great based on what your friends say,
Exactly,
but, you know,
yeah.
you have to actually watch it yourself to evaluate it, I think.
My friend actually said it was bad, but he still said he saw it twice because even though it's a bad movie, if you watch it on 4D, he says it's entertaining.
Oh, yeah. I could say that about, Star Wars 1, Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, which was a terrible movie.
No, you can't because those movies all were hideous.
Yeah, they were. But I
Just
saw it in
joking.
4D, and it was kind of
Entertaining?
alright, yeah.
Oh, the spaceship stuff?
Yeah, the spaceship and the pod racing thing, that was pretty good.
Okay.
All right, let's move on to number 2.
2.
All right, this is called Berlin, or the Berlin File.
Mm-hmm.
This was in number 1 last week, but now it's in number 2. So this has 33.5% of the audience, and in this one, it's about a South Korean NIS agent who is in the Grand Westin Hotel in Berlin, Germany, and they watch an illegal weapons deal about to take place between a Middle Eastern buyer and an unidentified North Korean seller. So, he has to, follow them and find out what's going on with that arms deal, and probably after a series of wacky events, maybe he, learns something about himself. So that's what's happening with that
The
movie.
Berlin Files.
Yes.
Alrighty, cool. We'll check that out when I can.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, good. All right, let's go on to number 1.
I had to pause there because you doubted me. This is my show. You don't doubt me. I will cut you. Anyways, go to number 1.
Okay, number 1. This is called Miracle in Cell Number 7, or
Okay.
7번 방의 선물.
Yeah.
So this has up 1 spot from last week. It was in number 2. It's 37.1% of the audience. Okay, and this is the one that we said was very similar to I Am Sam because it has a mentally handicapped guy in jail. But he is actually, because he's falsely accused of the crime, that's why he was sent there. And then his daughter, when she grows up, she becomes a lawyer and starts working on his case to prove that he was falsely accused. And he's mentally handicapped, and his daughter, they're trying to take him away from her and everything. So,
And a lot of people cried watching this film, apparently.
okay, have you seen it?
I didn't see it. But my problem with these kind of movies right now is, why don't they translate it word for word? I always look at the title.
Yeah.
In English, it's called Miracle in Cell Number 7, and in Korean, it's called 7번 방의 선물, which should be a gift in cell number 7.
Or a gift in room
Number 7.
seven,
Yeah.
right.
But if you're going to go with the English title, then you should change the Korean to 7번 방의 기적, because miracle is not 선물.
That's true.
Yes.
But, I don't know, I guess...
For all you English teachers out there, learn you something. I just learned you.
No,
What?
but when you translate, you can't always translate stuff directly, right? I mean, sometimes it just doesn't make sense.
You should, because what if foreigners from other countries are trying to learn Korean and they think the word for miracle is 선물?
Yeah, well, then they can look up in the dictionary.
Yeah, you movie title makers. Keep that in mind.
All right. Well, anyway, that was the top 5 for this week.
Alrighty.
I think we have a song that's coming up right now.
We're going to play a song for you guys right now.
Yeah, this is from the Die Hard soundtrack. It's Good Day to Die Hard. This is called McLean's Brain.
All right, check it out. This is from Good Day to Die Hard, McLean's Brain. Wow, that was a great song from Good Day to Die Hard. That was McLean's Brain. But right now, Eugene is going to talk about what's hot right now, what's playing right now in Korea.
Yeah, before we do that, I just want to say, during the break, you did an ad-lib song there. That was really, really funny. But
Yes,
unfortunately,
for all the listeners out there, you can never get the chance to hear or see me do my ad-lib stuff. I'm a very talented person when it comes to not being in front of the camera. I'm more
I
myself.
totally agree. It's like 2 different worlds.
Yes.
When Brian's in front of the microphone, he's one person. And when
It
he's not in
takes
front of the
two, it
microphone,
takes
it's
two,
it's like
me
turning
and
it up
you.
to 11.
11.
Yeah. Did you get the reference? Spinal Tap? Turning it up to 11? Okay.
Yes. That's when you get it'll peak.
Yeah. It means like you're more extreme when you're not.
Extreme.
Exactly. All right, let's go talk about the movie.
Now
this
playing.
is called Jack the Giant Slayer.
Jack the Giant Slayer lives in the sky. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. That is the song that he sang. It was a little bit different than that, though. So we talked... you all right?
Yeah, I'm just goofy today.
All right, we talked a lot before this. Last week we even talked about Hansel and Gretel, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this one is like, all the fairy tales, they keep reimagining them, making movies out of it, right? So are you familiar with the Jack and the Beanstalk fairy tale?
Of course.
Okay, so what happens in that,
Jack gets these magic beans. He plants them, and a big, huge plant grows into the clouds. He climbs up. He tries to. Is he going up for like?
No, see, the thing was
Money?
is that he's poor, so he had to sell his cow in the beginning, right? And that's how he gets the magic beans. He trades the cow for the beans. His mom is angry at him. She throws the beans out the window.
Oh,
it's like, you're stupid. Why did you trade our cow for a bunch of
overnight,
beans?
that thing goes.
Yeah, it makes this gigantic beanstalk, and then he climbs up there, and then up there he finds a goose that lays golden eggs. But then, you got the big giant. He's like, fee, fi, fo, fum. I
feel the something of an Englishman.
Right? I smell the blood of an Englishman, perhaps. Yeah. And then he steals the goose with the golden eggs and tries to run down the beanstalk, and then the giant's coming down to kill him, and then he chops the beanstalk down with his axe, and the giant dies.
You just ruined it for all the people out there who don't know this fairy tale.
Everyone knows this.
You fairy tale ruiner.
Okay, but remember, this isn't the original story. It's a movie that is modernizing it or something, or changing it up a little bit, right?
You know what I'm worried about, though?
What's that?
Not just this movie or Hansel and Gretel. What if they start doing corny stuff like Three Blind Mice or the Three Little Pigs?
Well,
into movies.
With Hollywood the way it is right now, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised by that. It seems like we've lost creativity in our generation for some reason. It's like, let's just remake stuff from 20 years ago.
Didn't they do Little Red Riding Hood?
I'm sure they did.
They did.
Sure
Yeah.
Okay. So this one is a little bit different, though. Let's see how it's gonna be different. I mean, it's got Bill Nighy for one, and Ewan McGregor, and it has Nicholas Hoult. Do you remember Nicholas Hoult? He was the boy from the film About a Boy.
That little boy?
Yeah. Right?
He all grown up now?
He's all grown up now. He looks like, actually, my wife was telling me that,
He looks scary, I think.
He's very handsome.
Really? I remember on About a Boy, he had those evil eyes to me.
That's true, yeah. But she said he's very handsome, which is, that's kind of rare for a childhood star.
Sure, I'm not gonna name drop anybody.
I'm gonna name drop some people.
Who? Which?
Edward Furlong, Macaulay Culkin, right now they're not exactly...
You didn't name a name that I was gonna just say.
What was that?
Haley Joel Osment.
Oh!
I saw that boy's picture. He went from boy to senior citizen.
And there was that other guy who was in... That kid from Jerry Maguire, still looks the same, just
But I'm
a
saying
lot larger.
Haley Joel Osment was such a cute kid in Forrest Gump and The Sixth Sense, and now all of a sudden he grows up and he looks like he's 70 and he's younger than me.
That is true.
That's sad.
That is...
I'm sorry, Haley. I'm just keeping it real here because that's how we do it. Real talk.
Exactly. But I'm sure he's like, hey, I see dead people. And he can just pick up girls just by saying that, right?
Could you imagine if a girl came up to you, she's gorgeous, if you're single, of course, and he's trying to, kick some game to you, and she goes, hi, I see dead people. That's going to freak you out.
No, it won't.
I
be
would
like, oh my God,
you're
that guy from that movie, aren't you? Or, what about Macaulay Culkin? His pickup line is, hey, baby, with his hands on the side of his face.
If I was a girl, I would smack him upside his head. Anyways.
Yeah, you're probably right. Actually, now that
we got to play a song for you guys, but we'll continue talking about, are we done talking about this movie, or are we going to continue?
I think we're done, I guess. But, one thing I wanted to say was that, probably in the future they're going to make more fairy tale based movies. So maybe you can see something like Snow White and the Seven Ninjas, or, Goldilocks.
But they already had a Snow White and the Seven, Huntsman or something like that.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. I mean, you know what I'm saying. They keep doing stuff like this.
But
let's listen to the song. Again, we couldn't find the soundtrack from this one, so, Nicholas Hoult was in About a Boy, so we've got a song from there, and the song is
by Roberta Flack, and it's called Killing Me Softly with His Song. Check it out.
All right, I'll see you on next Wednesday, Brian.
Peace.
Drumming my pain with his fingers, killing me softly with his song.
Once again, that was Roberta Flack with Killing Me Softly with His Song. Yes, it's a great classic song. But right now, it's time to end the show. I know what you're thinking, Brian. Don't go. But guess what? I'll be back on Monday. You only have 2 days to suffer by not listening to my voice. I know what it feels like. I want to hear myself too. Just joking. But stay tuned because 101.3 Main Street with An Jung-hyun is next. And if you're tuning in to GFN, then stay tuned for Hello Korea. And the final song of the hour is requested so many times from so many people. We're not going to just name one name. And it's from the 1999 film Notting Hill. And here's Elvis Costello singing She. And this is Brian Ju signing off for the weekend, y'all.